Hi, welcome to Ask Love Coach and welcome to my masterclass. Today I am going to be talking about different types of listening, and this is huge for a lot of couples and people in general. A lot of the time, I encourage especially single people to consider practicing a lot of the things I'm teaching here as well, so that they become all of these things before they eventually get to the point where they are in a relationship and having any form of relationship in general, especially uh, being in marriage or just relationship if you're looking to have a healthy, long lasting relationship. I understand every relationship doesn't have to end in marriage, but let's say that's not even your end goal. A lot of couples struggle. One of the biggest elements of any successful, fulfilled relationship is communication. Communication is broken down into um, verbal, non-verbal communication. With verbal communication, you are also including the speaking part and the listening part, especially we're looking at the practical aspect of it in a marriage or in a relationship in general. The way we communicate, the way we listen can vary depending on the situation. This topic is really very, crucial for couples and people in relationships because you're able to understand the different techniques, you're understanding how you are applying that with the partner you have chosen. So I'm going to dive right into the different aspects as well as, some of the purpose or the techniques for each one. So active listening is one of those. When you're actively listening, you're pretty much engaging with the speaker. You you are actually demonstrating to them that you are listening to them, to what they're saying. How do you do that? You do that by maintaining eye contact, your lips are sealed, you are nodding, you are sometimes like paraphrasing some of the things they say, like the key points, so they can understand that you're being carried along. So we understand that listening can also be done and expressed when you're talking to people over the phone. So it's not always in person. Um, empathetic listening, you are pretty much feeling the person who is speaking to you. You're feeling their energy. So it often happens when you are speaking to, especially people in person or people on the phone as well, like family, friends. But now, since we are talking more of in relationship, you know, maybe you're listening without interrupting. You're offering, you know, words of encouragement. You're acknowledging their feelings because they could break down why they are talking to you. They could, show the range of emotion, no matter what that might look like. It could be happy moments and sad moments, but they have like a range of emotions. So the way you kind of come across for them to know that you're actually listening, you're going to be demonstrating in different ways, especially when you are offering word of encouragement. And in some cases, you tend to mirror what they do. Let's say they are crying. Now you are also in tears. Critical listening. So it's more of analytical base, like analysis base. You are listening to actually give some level of evaluation or feedback. So this is more within like in political debates, so to speak, like in an argumentative argument environment. Or you're giving some sort of um, maybe sales talk, if you want to put it that way. You're looking for logics, you're looking for consistencies, you're looking for any biases as well, you know. So all of this you can demonstrate in your relationship, but you have to be able to understand in depth how and which one of these you're actually using, and whether or not you're using them in the right appropriate way. Informational listening is another aspect of listening. You are listening pretty much to understand, to learn, to retain information. Just like you watching my slides. I believe this is more for information. It's not for you to respond to me. You can respond actually in the comment section, but it's pretty much, I didn't know this. Okay. Okay. So it's more of you, just the excitement of you taking in new information or information in general. You can be asking questions during the process just for you to understand. It's often within an educational environment, classroom based, when you are actually consuming like lecture materials or conference materials, whatever that might look like, but it's more for information and pretty much because you're learning through that process. Appreciative listening is more for pleasure, you know. So it could be some lovely song that came up. It could be like in a comedy setting, but it's pretty much for relaxation. Then we have selective listening. It's more like you're listening to specific parts. So they have like a broad topic, but you just choose to like listen to a section of it. Something that kind of interests you or something that's relevant to what you need, pretty much. So it could be that there's some lengthy meeting going on, you know, and you are almost like uninterested. But when a certain topic came up, all of a sudden you're very in tune. Like you're not tuning out, but you're just very in tuned, to that particular, you know, topic. Reflective listening. This is something that a lot of couples lack in their relationship. A lot of folks listen, of course, to attack, reply, respond. But with reflective listening, it will help a lot of you and a lot of us in relationships in general, especially in a love relationship. Reflective listening is very much you listening for understanding, for clarity. Um, you can kind of paraphrase what was said. You can talk through something that you felt in the process, but it's non-judgmental environment. A lot of people hear their partners, but they don't listen to them. So it seems as if those complaints, those talks, those things they have demonstrated, shown, asked for in a relationship wasn't considered by virtue of not just showing any level of interest. Your partner could say something, they could ask for something. You're not looking at it to understand. It's very much about um, this is geared towards me, so I can't take it lightly, so I'm going to become explosive. I'm going to go into defensive mode. I'm going to attack because if not, this is going to launch on my forehead. So, but this is something I will hugely recommend for couples to actively participate and work in this part. So, lastly, is deep listening. This is another thing I want couples because it's kind of tied to the reflective until you understand what someone is saying and you're being present in what they say. You will never be able to fully understand where they are coming from. This is often expressed like during meditation sessions. So it's more like you're attentive and you're very present, and that is how every couple should strive. That's what every couple should strive to do. When your partner is talking to you, you try to be present, because oftentimes when your partner is talking to you, you're either living in the future or you're living in the past. So you are, because you're not fully understanding and hearing them and listening to them, you're going to make every conversation about you. But when you truly deeply listen, these two are my favorite applications for couples or people in a relationship, or singles who are hoping to be in a relationship someday. For you to truly work on these two aspects, reflective listening and deep listening, build up that skill set, because it will help you a long way in your relationship. If you have any specific questions, feel free to leave that in the comment sections. But engaging with me on this channel will help me to serve you better. um I don't want to assume that I'm just feeding you with all of the things you are requiring. But if I want to serve you in the best possible light, it's very important for you to be interactive as well. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned with more videos coming on the channel. We are posting regularly, at the moment, 3 times a week. Thank you.